It is time for the Spirit Essence Show. I'm Tara Diana. I'm an empowerment medium, and the purpose of the Spirit Essence Show is to showcase all the beautiful people I have the pleasure of running into and working with in the spiritual, metaphysical, holistic wellness communities. And I am blessed to be able to present them to you in this little tiny bit of YouTubings. We are YouTubing.
YouTubings? Are we
We are
YouTubing?
YouTubing. I am YouTubing. You are YouTubing with me.
We are
Everyone,
YouTubing.
everyone, this is the beautiful Jodi Anne. And now before Jodi Anne gets to even say two words, I'm going to say to you guys, she is a longtime friend of mine. And when I say a longtime friend, I mean a longtime friend. I've watched her kids grow. She's watched my kids grow. We've had many moments together, and Jodi is not only an amazing tarot practitioner, an amazing witchy poo, an intuitive medium. She's all the things, a podcast presenter, all the things. She is one of the most beautiful, authentic souls that I have the pleasure to have in my life. So Jodi Anne, welcome to my space, beautiful lady. You've been here before, but welcome back.
Oh, how can I talk after being all 𝐔𝐸𝐬𝐲 like that? Thank you.
Oh,
Thank you so
well,
much. It's always so much fun to come on and play on your channels and do stuff with you. So yeah, I guess I will tell your beautiful audience a little bit about what I'm doing now, because we've worked together for a long time,
this is true.
but we evolve. And I find that my work evolves along with the healing and the growth that I'm doing in my life. I self-identify as a witch, and the reason is I feel like it's a way of stepping into my power. It
Yeah.
is a word that is feared.
Hmm.
It's a word that is associated with taboo things, and
Yes.
it's a word that scares people. It makes us think of scary women. And I'm very, very happy to be a woman that is powerful enough to be feared.
Ooh, girlfriend, damn.
No quiet, respectful, well-behaved woman ever changed history, broke chains, healed her family, or did much of anything.
Okay.
And that's what I want to do. I'm on this planet. I'm on this healing path. I'm breaking chains in my family of origin. I'm doing deep, deep healing work in the last 5 years,
Mm-hmm.
and it's powerful.
Yeah, baby. That is what empowerment is all about. Owning, validating, witnessing, holding space for ourselves, girl.
Yes, first for ourselves, and
Absolutely.
then to be the people. I like to think of it as like I went through this dark night of the storm where I was paddling and like swimming through this terrible tornado of blackness, and I could never see where I was in the storm. And now that I'm on the other side, part of my work is holding a light up so that other people in their storm can see. And you can say, come on, girl, you're in the middle of the lake now. You don't have further to go.
Mhm.
You're here. We're here. You can keep doing this. It's a real sense of lifting people up and empowering people.
Which brings me to, here's the thing. You've evolved so much since I've known you. We all have. We've all grown on these journeys and
Mhm.
learned the lessons and done the work and the hard work,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
That's what we're talking about. And some of
Mhm.
us, or most of us, if not all of us, are still doing hard work. And
Yeah.
so for some of us, it came at this point in our lives, another point in this point, and whatever.
Oh,
But
and I'm going to say, I just want to
yeah.
interject that we're all carrying as much as we possibly can. Right? Like everyone is doing hard work. If you're on this path, and it's not about my work is harder or your work is harder, like everyone is carrying the biggest load they can.
And it's unique to each of us. And I think
Exactly.
that's what people need to remember. One of the biggest things that I've been wearing since Ryan passed over was the you don't have to like me, but you're going to respect me. That
Mhm.
is my new motto. And if I can get that put on a bumper sticker, I'm putting it slam damn right on my car because here's the thing. None of us are in competition.
Yeah.
Most of us are looking to heal ourselves because we want to be of service to others in the purest capacity that we can be. And the only way that we can really do that, Jodi, is by doing the work on ourselves. I mean, that's just typical. I'm not into all the fad stuff, the shadow work, the soul. I do that work, but I don't feel we always have to talk about it. You know, oh, the deep, deep stuff. Own it, validate it, say what we mean, and move into those next steps, right? But I want to talk about something different with you because I know you've done the work and I know that you have risen to the occasion. And I say that with like I'm celebrating you, baby.
I can feel that when you say
Yeah,
it.
I'm celebrating you because I know it wasn't easy. I watched, I witnessed, I held the space, but you've come out into this new space of, like a queen. Like, okay, here I am. Here I am in all my authentic self. And I am a good reader. And I am a badass podcaster. And I am a mother like nobody's business. And those are the things that you hold so well. So why don't you talk a little bit about how your podcast came on? First, the name of it. Let everyone know, let the audience know, let my babies know, let my Spirit Essence gang know. What is your podcast, Lovey, and how did it come about?
It is the witching half hour or
I love
so,
that.
because it's about a half an hour, right? I can't talk to myself for longer than that in my house. And I have on different guests from all over, different areas of spirituality, sharing their path. I've had you on, I've had paranormal investigators on, I've even had a crypto queen on talking about manifesting wealth through the energetics of money. I I love it. My whole goal is, and how it came about, is I wanted to reach a lot of people, but I also understand that people need free content. What I charge for one-on-one healing, some people can't pay and they need the healing. So my YouTube is free, my podcast is free, and it's a baby podcast, but who knows, maybe there will be in the future this amazing metaphysical publishing company. I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with it. I'm going where I'm being led
Hmm.
by my guides, by what feels right.
Good. That's exactly how you do it. And you know, I need to say this. I love what you just said about something, and I'm gonna just kind of reiterate it.
Yeah, circle back,
I
babe.
love when you said, my one-on-one rate is this, and I'm solid with it. I'm good
Mhm.
with it. But I still want to reach the people that maybe can't step up here with me because I have a lot to give and everyone's deserving of it.
Yeah.
I got goosebumps, girlfriend. I love that because I'm going to tell you something I did the other day and tell me how that resonates. But I literally had an old time client call me out of the blue. He's been
Mhm.
doing all sorts of different things. He's raising young kids, et cetera, et cetera. And he's like, I really, really, really want to be in mentorship with you. And I can't do it. I sold the business, kind of been traveling a bit, kind of working part time. And I said, you can have my 3-month mentorship for free.
Yeah. That's called paying it forward. I actually, because I'm a feminist, I believe in, I'm going to try to say this right, but like I actually have space in my pricing to give to women who need it.
And there it
If
is.
people who have means pay me more than people who don't have means, I have a secret sliding scale.
It works out. It
And
always
I
works.
also have this policy, and I think you know about it because it's been there for years. If you're younger than my kids, or if you have a problem with your kids and you're someone close to me, I don't charge anything because a mother will give anything for her children. And I don't feel it's fair to prey on that.
I agree.
Done healing for children for nothing. I've done healing for families for
Oh,
nothing.
baby, let's just be honest here, though. I mean, this kind of work, the way we do this work, we're not in it for the money. We understand the
No.
exchange. We understand, and being abundant, it makes it abundant for everyone around us. That's the
Yes,
truth.
100%.
And that was the hard lesson for me to learn for real. But you are an amazing tarot reader. When I first met you, that was what you focused on. It was your
Mhm.
tarot readings and that kind of energy, and people thrived under you, and probably still do. I more see you on the Ticket to the Talk, and I see you on on those things now. And then of course privately, you and I have our own love language that we work with together. But here's the thing. We give a lot away without thinking about it
Yeah.
because we don't gatekeep it.
No, no. Why would I? I don't
Well, it's naturally for us not to. It's natural for us not to gatekeep
I
it
don't
because we
I
want to be
don't think it
Jesus.
is. I think it's progressive that we don't
Do you?
yeah, because I think occultism and spirituality has been riddled with gatekeeping like forever. Like only priests can read a Bible. They speak Latin. You have like you've got the Celtic Golden Dawn that was kept keeping everything secret. You have Israel Regardie and all those occultists like the whole idea that you have to be given a tarot deck is because you used to have to pen your own tarot deck as part of being in the Golden Dawn. You couldn't buy them in the 18 to
No,
1910. I think that's
yeah,
when
it's
they were out. Just
1910.
off the top of my head. I could be wrong. Please
No,
don't.
no, that sounds right. That sounds right.
But you, as part of your initiation, you like copied out a tarot deck. That's why there's still now this thing that, ooh, you have to be given a tarot deck or it's not magical enough. It's
Oh
all
my God, I
yeah,
hate all that stuff, Jody. I
yeah,
I do. I do. I hate all that stuff because to me, and here's what I think my point was I was trying to make to you. Um, you're not part of that. I'm
no.
not part of that. We are not, we don't gatekeep. We, as in the type of people that we are and the type of work that we do, is I'm getting flushed talking about this, but the type of work that we do is legit. I don't think that you and I gatekeep. I think progressive for other people to work through that. I don't think you were ever that person, baby. I
Well,
just
no, but I mean it's progressive for us at this time in history,
right. Yes, I can take that for real.
right?
I can take that
And
for real.
and I also want to say that there's a difference between gatekeeping and choosing who's ready to receive the next lesson.
Oh yeah. Oh
Right.
yeah.
And I think sometimes people confuse that. And that's what mentorships are for, right? Like the information that I have on the podcast, the information that comes out on YouTube, that's real 101 information.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's not really 101, it's 101 colored with 25 years of experience, sitting across the table, flipping cards. So there's actually information in there that you're never going to find in a book because I can't remember what book I learned it from or what teacher I got it from.
Oh, girl, could I need to say something? Nancy Brady, if you're listening to this, girlfriend, we were talking on our podcast the other day about this, okay? And
Mhm.
she's like, "Oh, I'll give you all these reference books." And I was like, she goes, "Tara, what books do you recommend to anyone?" I was like, I'm like, "I don't know." I said, "I've been doing this for so long now. I honestly don't remember reading any books." And to be honest with you, I feel legitimately that most of my training came from the spiritualist church that my training erase. I'm a natural born medium. What they did is they gave me some etiquette. They gave me a little bit of shape.
Yeah, and like structure and practice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I don't have any single book that I could say lifted me into like some amazing space. I don't have, because I do all the work. I have a PDF I could send you of my
Well,
I
like I remember, like I really remember there was an amazing tarot book I found, and I grew up in Alberta, so it's the Calgary Public Library is where I had to get my occult books. So,
That is so much fun.
well, because I came up in the 90s, like there
Yeah.
wasn't Google. You couldn't Google what does the tower card mean? So I remember reading this tome I found, and I think they had to ship it from another library, and it felt like remembering when I was reading it,
Mm.
and that's what unlocked the symbology for me. Would I
That's
know that
beautiful.
book? I was reading it when I was 17. I'm a lot older than 17 right now. I can't remember the name of the author. I would never be able to find it if I tried.
I can't remember the name of the cards I used yesterday. So asking me, but Jody, talk a little bit about your card readings. Talk a little bit about what you kind of offer in that
I love tarot, Tara. I love it. And I
and
mean, I can channel, I can do oracle cards. I can read crystals like crystal scry, but I just love tarot. And I think it's the artwork. I
mm,
love the symbology in it. I love the artwork. I love how every deck it's like It's like the same models in a different clothes, right? So it's almost like you've got Gucci's line and then you've got the Versace line, but it's all the same models. And I eat up the art of it.
I
That's
love that.
yeah, and the symbology, I mean, I've studied it. I've studied the Jungian psychology and all the symbolism behind it. I've studied how it relates to the cabal. And so all of that smushes up in my brain with what I'm channeling, and the out comes this wisdom.
I love that. You know, it's funny when people say to me, "Oh, do you read tarot?" And I said, "I can read tarot." And
Mhm,
they're like, "Oh, where did you learn?" And I said, "Spirit tells me every." I am the laziest tarot reader because for me, Jody,
mhm,
the way I work, the way my brain has been set up to
mhm.
receive is I literally just download and I'm like a light
Yeah,
switch. I just allow the words. If I look at an oracle card, and I do use oracle cards as a medium, I use oracle cards for the visualization of it for my
mhm,
clients. I find that if I'm doing something like online, it's much easier to flip a card and say, focus on this instead of them trying to listen to how fast I talk.
mhm,
But for me, there's that running joke when I was doing an event and I had booked all these teacup readers, and one of them couldn't come, and I had to fill in. And they're like, "Do you know how to read a tea leaf?" And I said, "Absolutely, I know how to read a tea leaf."
yeah, you'll
And
just
I went in
download.
there, and I totally didn't even ask them to drink the tea or wait for anything. I just looked at the because spirit tells me, and for me, spirit never lets me down. So for me to go into that space, so I want to give hats off to you. I want to say kudos for being that person. And there's lots of tarot readers out there, but I know how you read and I
Mhm,
know the energy you put into it. But I want to say hats off, girlfriend, because I can't sit long enough to read what a eight of swords is, what a cup of nine means. I just need what a cup of nine means, what the nine of cups mean, whatever. And I just want spirit to say, Tara, just tell them this, please. Just tell them this.
well, and I like it too as a tool to teach.
Mm,
Right?
talk about
Because
it.
you have the symbology for a lot of little baby mediums who have shut things down and suppressed their gifts, it's a really great way to reawaken it.
Mm.
Because they'll get a reading and they'll spout something beautiful in the development circle. And they're like, well, I don't know if that's right. And then I can say, yes, it is, because swords means air and the eight means this. And you said that in a different amount of words. And so it really helps, I find, when I'm working with students to give them the confidence that they're tuning into the right message.
Yeah, I think that's super important. I think that is super important, and letting them see that from the way you're describing it gives me goosebumps. Gives me
Because
goosebumps.
I know when I teach, like I did a development class and I brought, I don't know what I'd been reading or watching, but I was like, ooh, let's do it like Nostradamus. Let's get some ink and put it in water. So that's what we did. And I found it was a lot harder to get people to trust what they were seeing.
Absolutely.
But with
100%.
hmm,
100%, Jody. That would be, it's like the mediumship. I remember many, many moons ago taking a certain mediumship class and someone
hmm,
saying, yeah, no, no, not getting the evidential. And I said, try it this way.
yeah.
And it was a way, and again, everyone's unique and does things different ways. And one of the biggest things that I have found is that when you find what you're passionate about. So when someone says to me, Tara, who are you? What do you do? What is your niche in the spiritual metaphysical world? I will always say I'm a medium first and
Mhm.
foremost, because for me, mediumship is the foundation for everything in the spiritual world.
Yeah.
It is the you are a vessel, a conduit, whether you are tarot, oracle, energy practitioners, anything, the energy is still working through you.
Yeah, because you're channeling, right?
That's
You're
right.
channeling. What I
Absolutely.
find really amazing is when you put your little shaman goggles on and you go where there's no mediums and there's a bunch of musicians, they're channeling too, and artists
Yes,
channel too. And I
absolutely.
love watching that. Like I love tuning into people's auras and watching them dance like that and like energetically spying on their awesomeness.
So we're all going to be wearing sunglasses now, walking into the Jody. I really can't. I really can't say enough about, your reading and your spirituality and your witchy poo-ness and all those beautiful things and everything about you. But your authenticity, I think, is something I really want the audience to understand about you. When I sit with you, it doesn't matter if I've gone through, the worst of the worst that could happen to someone or anything like that. You always come through, one, with love, two, with wisdom, and three, with power. And those things to me make a good spiritual practitioner.
You're gonna make me cry.
Oh, no tears, no tears. This is the
No,
Happy Spirit Essence Show.
just so beautiful. Thank you. Thank you for
And
that
I
compliment.
just really want people to check you out, sweetie. So before we got into the last part of it, I want to ask you, I always ask my peoples a fun question. The one that I'm going to put out to you is this. If there was one thing that you could know in advance about, before you started working with spirit, that you could know about spirit,
Mhm.
that made sense in a roundabout way.
Yes, yes,
If
it did.
if there
Yes.
was something about spirit that you could have known before you started working with it, what would that have been for you?
Okay. You know what I think it would be?
Mm,
We put so much pressure on ourselves to develop or to be somewhere or to like follow some kind of like, I don't know, like this, we should be here or we should be there. I think what I'd like people to know is spirit will work with you, period.
mm.
You can develop as slowly as you need, you can develop as quickly as you need. Your gifts are not going anywhere. They're not going to disappear. In my development, I've walked away from my business a number of times, and every time I've come back even more grounded and sure in myself and in this path. Right? Like I had my daughter young, I had to like feed her. I couldn't just hang out in coffee shops and read anymore, right? And then when I was really busy with my little boys, right? So if you're somewhere listening to us and you really want to get into spirituality and you're like, but I've got my dissertation this year and I just can't do it. Spirit will be there after your dissertation,
Truth. Mm,
right? No matter what you're doing, spirit's not going to abandon you. They don't work on a timeline where you start at A and then you're getting to B and then to C. It's like this beautiful spirally thing that'll work with whatever path your life takes.
I love that. I do, because that's the truth.
Mhm. And
Spirit
we
never
so
fails.
much pressure. Do you see that? Your students, they're putting so much pressure on themselves. Like they have to have their own spirit business or their own Reiki business or walk away from their muggle job in 8 months. And it's like, no, baby, just
No, I usually have some kind of meltdown when someone comes to me and they're like, "Well, I'm going to quit my job and be like you." I'm like, "Oh, first of all, you don't want to be like all this, but second of all, um, uh, I'm not sure that's really with you."
But
The big
remember when you quit your job? Like that was many steps towards that.
Oh,
That was a
that
big
was a long time,
deal.
and then it was
That
like
was
being
huge.
that was conversations, and Lynn
Yeah.
White, bless her soul, saying to me, "You can't do two full-time jobs. Pick the one you want, girlfriend." So
Yeah.
there's a lot to that, and you're not wrong in any of this. Take it at your own pace. There is no need to rush into this, and I find that people get overexcited about
Because it
spiritual,
feels amazing.
right?
It's
So they get,
so wonderful when
I
you're
have
in
so much to
flow.
give. I have so much to give. And you do. And you will. But do it right. Do
Yes.
it right. So you save yourself a whole lot of heartache and self, give yourself grace. Do it the easy
Yeah.
way. Just do it.
Yeah.
Just do it. Just be like Nike.
And
By the
if
way,
you're
Nike, I
here,
really
if
wish.
you're here
Oh,
listening to
sponsor me.
this, do
Yep.
it, just do it like Nike. And
Sponsor me.
if you're here listening to this, you are doing it right. You found Tara's channel. You are doing it right.
Jodi, you are one of my besties. I love you to the moon and back. Your hair looks fabulous. You are just shining like the superstar you are. And I want to say this to you. People need to see you more. They need to know you more. Tell them how to find you, baby.
I've got a website, jodiannepsychicmedium.com. It has all my classes on there. I'm rerunning in spring, I don't know if this will come out in time. I've got an energy and aura 101 class because working with our own energy field, I really think is a foundational skill we need to do
Agreed.
all the things in development. I'll be rerunning a Tarot 101 class probably after the summer because I'm going to have a lot of fun this summer. And I have a newsletter. Join the newsletter. It's a low volume, high consent newsletter. I send it out once a month. And I always ask you before I launch. And you can always opt out of my launching and all my marketing without changing your subscription status. You'll still get my musings and encouragement every single month.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yes, girlfriend. And again, I'm hoping this comes out in time. And if not, we'll catch you at the next one. But Jodi will be part of the Greetings from the Other Side Summit, April 13th and 14th. She'll be one of 18 or 19 beautiful speakers that will be coming to talk about all things spiritual in the form of mediumship, which is a form of channeling. And you can find, podcast.
Oh, the podcast, The Witching Half Hour or so. It is on all the streaming services. It should be on Apple. It's on Spotify, Amazon. You can find it on Google. I've got that feed out everywhere, and I've got a YouTube channel. If you put in, it's called Tarot Talks, but there's a lot of tarot channels. So just put in The Witching Half Hour or so, and it'll pop up. I'm working through the whole I'm working through the whole high arcana. Say that 5 times fast. One card at a time. And I do monthly readings there too.
Okay, that is awesome. So go find Jodi Anne, go to her podcast, give it a go, give her 5 stars. While you're there, go visit Nancy and I at Spirit, Angels, and Guides. Oh my, give us 5 stars.
We
What's
need
that?
to collab.
We
That's in the works. All you people out there, it's in the works. Whenever any 3 of us have time, we're going to get us all in a podcast booth.
It will be so much fun.
Mhm.
Lady, I'm going to wish you so much love and success, abundance. I'm going to wish you, I'm going to see you probably in like 3 days. So, but anyway,
Yeah.
I'm going to wish you all the good things, then I'll see you and wish you them again. Okay.
Okay, because I love you so much. And big hugs and kisses.
Same to you, sweetheart. Thank you for being a
Mhm.
part of this Spirit Essence gang. Jodi Anne, please go check her out. She is so much more than I can ever say. Love you, baby.
Love you too.